Hey, this is Angela Faith. I'm a Sapphire with Plexus Worldwide, and if you're watching this video, you are probably either considering joining my Momentum Masters group or you are definitely planning to join it and you're wanting to know a little bit more about it. Some of you have already done it before and you're probably watching this video anyway, so bear with me as I explain a little bit about what we're doing and why we're going to do it. So the next one is going to start on February the 11th and it's going to run through March the 11th. So if you want to be involved in this one, get that on your calendar. But I need you to hear a few notes about it and make sure that you understand what's going to be expected before you sign up for it, which you're going to do below this video after I post it in the team page. Okay. I may pause the video a couple of times just to check notes and make sure that I don't get off track because I want to keep this short for you and make sure that you get what you need from it and can move on with your day. So Momentum Masters, what is it? How did it happen? So after about 2.5 years in this business, I realized that there was some information that I was not able to translate the way that I wanted to, that there wasn't a way to just put it in a post or put it in one video and give somebody a checklist and have them off and run with it. I was watching that there were things that I did that worked, and I understood that systematic thing that was happening. I understood the cycles and why I was doing what I was doing and the intent behind it. And then somehow, in translation to other people, something was missing. They were not picking up on all the different pieces, and it started to feel really confusing to some people, and I totally understand that. And so what I realized is that if we put together a course where these different pieces of information were sewn together in a more seamless way, and they could see how you get from A to B with the different specific steps that you're taking and the reasons and the intent behind it, that they would be able to see that absolutely if you continue to cycle through this over and over again, and you start to really get a feel for how to do that, it's one, stops feeling so confusing and overwhelming, and two, you start to really see results with what you're doing. Very often people get stuck, and I started to be very, very good at observing to the best of my ability without being in their daily life or in their head and knowing what they were thinking. I started to be able to observe kind of what was getting people stuck. There were a lot of personal conversations with a lot of people on my team. I realized what was making them stuck and what was helping people to move forward. And that's kind of what we put together, and that's how the Momentum Masters was born. What I will tell you is that anytime that you do any kind of course from anybody and you're learning from anyone, Jewel or not, anybody in the business or in network marketing, you just need to know that you take what you can use and you leave the rest if somehow some part of it doesn't fit for you. Okay, so that is right out there, right out in the open. I don't think my way is the only way. I don't think you can not adapt it to something that works better for you. You will find that lots of people, lots of jewels have lots of different ways to do their business, and you're going to hear different tips from different people. What I am teaching you, not only do I know it works for me, but I know it's worked for other people. So I have coached a lot of people in this business already, and I know that this is one way that works. So if you want to take this system and utilize it, I am happy to teach it. So what you do is you're going to go through different cycles, and we're going to do this in a very compressed timeline. We're going to teach you certain steps to take, why we're taking them, and you're going to not only do it right on the spot. It's like you're going to get an assignment, that's what you're going to do the next day. You're going to do it, and then you're going to reflect on what's happening, and you're going to see actually things happen in your business. It's very exciting. What we find people say after doing this course is that it absolutely changed their business. It changed their understanding, and they saw results. Literally, it gives people new customers and new ambassadors, which is ultimately why you want to do this anyway. So why not have that happen right on the spot? This is definitely the kind of course where we're not being talking about concepts. This is not a conceptual course. This is a get in there, get your feet wet, you're getting in and you're doing it, and you are participating in a course where you're also doing the work at the same time. And so you're seeing in real time how it's actually working. So I think that that is probably the biggest difference between this and any other course that you're going to do, where a lot of times it's very thinking based, it's very conceptual. You're going to learn it, then you're going to go see and implement it. This time you're going to see it happen in real time, and you're going to be able to reflect on it on a consistent basis throughout the entire month. And sometimes big aha moments will happen for people, you know, in one day, in 24 hours. They'll realize that that was the thing that they were missing. And so what you're going to find with this is that it's going to reveal to you what you need to work on. It's going to reveal to you, which will be different for everyone. It's going to reveal to you what you get hung up on, what is a weakness, and that's not something to run away from. Whatever it is, from the juggling to make it work, to find some kind of harmony, to reaching out to people, to different kinds of posts on social media, anything that we do in this course that feels uncomfortable to you and feels like we have hit a weakness, don't run away from it at that point. Recognize this. That's something that you need to work on to make your business work. And so each thing that we've included, totally not willy-nilly. It's totally not random. I don't operate that way. I hate to waste time. I hate to waste money. I hate to waste energy. And so I'm not going to give you content and assignments that are not necessary. And so with that said, I want you to know something. The reason that I do this is because I like to see people succeed. I want to see, I don't like seeing people stuck and frustrated and intimidated by the process and feeling like they can't do this and they don't know how to move forward, and they start to get into self-blame and they start to give up on their dreams and they start to quit. That bothers me. So I do this because I want to help people to move forward, and if I can help you identify what's going to help you move forward, then I want to do that. But with that said, I don't want to have people join it who aren't committed and have their line in the sand and they're willing to do the work. So I will be, full disclosure, it's going to be work. It's going to require something from you each and every day. I don't want that to scare you, because I'm here to tell you I was probably one of the busiest people that you could imagine knowing when I started Plexus and I did these things. I'm not going to teach you something that I didn't do. I'm not going to ask you to do anything I haven't done and don't do, and that I didn't do in the beginning for the most part to get where I got. Most people considered us, my family, one of the busiest families that they knew. And I will tell you, we were super busy. I worked 50 hours a week. I had 2 kids in travel sports. I ran a full-time daycare. I had a kid in elementary school. My husband traveled constantly, literally at least a third of the year he was gone. And I'm telling you that there is a way to make this work. I'm not super tolerant of the I don't have time. If somebody says they don't have time, I'm going to bless and release. I'm not going to try to convince them that they do have time, because what I know when somebody says that is that they're giving themselves an out. They want an excuse to quit, and that's not somebody that I have time to work with. Not that I don't love them, but I have to bless and release it and hope that they come around and change their mind, and that they want to breathe some belief into their dreams and dream bigger and want to live a bigger life, and not let excuses like that get to them. I do understand being really, really busy, but honestly, my being really busy was a part of what fueled me to when I get to where I got to, that fueled me to want to do really well at this so that I could have some time freedom, and I got that. So that said, this is the thing with this group. It's the kind of thing where really and honestly, I should probably charge for it, not because I need the money, because I make fantastic money with Plexus, and it more than covers everything we need in our lives, and that's just a massive blessing, and I want that for all of you. But because I know that when people pay for things, they actually invest in it. They want to get the value out of where they put their dollars. And when I offer these things for free, it is a little frustrating when somebody doesn't give it their all, because I pour lots of time and energy into these courses. So every bit of content that I create, everything that I put out there, my heart goes into it, my time and energy goes into it. It takes time away from my family, and it's not something that I have to do. It is something that I want to do for people. So I do want to see them make use of it, and I actually put energy into responding to your comments and reading your assignments and going to your page and seeing what you did and commenting on it. I invest time in you. And so if I'm creating that content and putting that kind of energy into it, and I'm doing it for free, then I definitely want to make sure that the people that are in there are making use of it. And so what I do with these, and it's not to be mean, is I do make cuts and I do eliminate people from the group who are not doing the assignments. And it's very, very important to me that I do that. And it's a critical part of how this works. So knowing going into it, that if you, it's nothing mean, I'm not making any judgment. I don't think, oh, that person's a loser because they didn't do it. What I think is I have to keep the what is it that I'm looking for? I have to keep that continuity in the group, because what happens when I get done with these groups and the course is over is they become an accountability group. They just run together, whoever's left, whoever did it, whoever pushed through and did all of that. They become a pretty tight-knit group very often, and they become an accountability group. It's pretty cool to watch. And so I really want that, and I want to protect that. I want to make sure that that's what happens. So I don't let people just be kind of a floater in there. Oh, can I just be in? Maybe I'll pick and choose and take some things, and maybe I'll apply this, maybe I'll apply that. Getting tongue-tied. I should probably take a drink of water. And I don't let a lot of people just, or anybody, float around in that group and just kind of be a fly on the wall. Sometimes that frustrates people because they just say, well, I just want to duplicate this, and so I just want to be a fly on the wall and watch it. I don't allow that because I put so much of myself into this and creating it that I do want that kind of creative control over it and what happens with it. It's very important to me that the people that move through this course get the most out of it. You will not get the most out of it by doing something one day but not the next day, doing pieces and parts of it but not doing the whole thing. If I allowed people to do that, they would come out of it thinking it was not a course that had value. And it wouldn't be because I didn't provide the value, but because they didn't actually go through the steps. And so we go through this in a very condensed timeline so that you can see the way from point A to point B. You can then take that and repeat that over and over again in a similar timeline, or you can stretch it out. It depends on your goals. But it's easier for me to show you how it works if we do it in a compressed timeline. And you'll learn faster that way. And essentially, it's much more good use of my time, because it does take, like I said, a lot of energy, and I can't put that kind of time into it for months and months on end. So hopefully that was helpful, and hopefully you're going to join the group and you're going to jump in and have big things happen. What I would love to see come out of this is I would love to see people who are putting the work in February and March, and we see great big things happen in April, May, and June. And I would love to see that because of what you've learned and because of what you're doing, this is getting people to Emerald by the end of the year. Those of you who are, already at gold and above, maybe we get you to Emerald by July 21st and you get to go to Hawaii with us this year. And I would really love to see that most of the people that are in the group, there's absolutely no reason why everybody in the group shouldn't be able to achieve Leaders Retreat by doing this. So Leaders Retreat points, credits will begin on June 1st. It probably won't be announced until a couple weeks after June 1st, but it will backdate to June 1st. And then you will earn your Leaders Retreat credits throughout the summer and get to go. Anybody can go to Leaders Retreat who earns it. It is not rank based. A silver ambassador all the way on up can earn Leaders Retreat. So by implementing these strategies and this system and going through this cycle and understanding the point behind all the pieces and keeping that up, every single person should be able to say, I'm going to complete this and I'm going to continue to do it and I'm going to get to Leaders Retreat. So there's no reason why you can't. It's pretty exciting. So I hope to see most of the participants get to go do that and achieve their big goals. So I'm really excited for you guys. I'm going to cut this short. I went a couple minutes over what I wanted to, and I can't wait to see you in the Momentum Masters group. Comment below here. You will find that you're being added to the group the day before it starts. So I'm starting it on February 11th. You will find that you haven't been added until you may not wake up until that morning and be added to it. Don't worry, there won't be assignments the first day. There will be a welcome video, and now it will require your participation, but you won't have an assignment that very first day. Okay? Take care. I'll see you soon.